Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the October 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Welcome, fellow Geminis. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go and jump in and get into it. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for October. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But let's get into it, Gemini. So pulling a summary card for our first column, what's wrapping up and coming to a close, we have the card reaction. It is insane to me the number of times I've pulled this card. I almost put it back when I saw it again. I can't believe it. So we are in the feels for October. What I'm getting though, Gemini, I feel like a lot has happened in the last few weeks, and I don't know that you've had the opportunity to react and process everything that's happened. So keep that in mind as we go through this column. There may need to be some reaction, some feeling processing that needs to happen still. Like I said, I'm kind of getting the vibe that so much has happened that I don't know that we've actually processed through all that's happened. Let's take a look though and see what cards we've got going on here. So first and foremost, we have the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is a card of being really good at your job. This is mastering your craft, being very good at your skills. This is putting in the hard work. This is reaping the benefits of your hard work. I think you're in a position, Gemini, where you can shine. Again, you're good at the things that you're doing. You're good at the things that you're working on. With that being said, we need to make sure that we aren't holding ourselves back. We have the 8 of Swords, which can be like self-imposed restrictions. I feel like things have been shifting. Things have been changing again. A lot happened. I don't know that everything's been processed. But with that being said, we need to make sure that we don't hold ourselves back. I don't necessarily know that you did that these last few weeks, but I feel like we weren't at this full potential for whatever reason. Again, you're very good at what you're doing, but it seems like there was some sort of limitation. Looking at our next card, we have the Hangman. And I feel like we kind of had to pull back. It was a little bit stagnant. There was a reason why you were pulling back. Again, this is stuff that we're good at. We're doing good work, but it's like we weren't all in on this scenario. Again, I feel like it's because so much was going on. But let's see what clarifiers we have, if any. First up, we have our 6 of Pentacles. This is a super generous card. It's a card of giving or receiving. Again, I just don't know that we were able to give our all these last few weeks. Again, what you did was still good, what was super skilled, but it does seem like there was some sort of block here, Gemini. Again, I just don't see that we gave all, but this did look like others leaned in. So we'll see what other information we have here. Next up, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card that's kind of like a wake-up call. You might have been questioning if it's something you could really do, but then realizing it is actually something that you were skilled in. So maybe there was a recent change that had you getting that gave you some doubt. But then there was this kind of wake-up call, like, yes, you can do this. We shouldn't be holding back. You know what you're doing. This is something where you can lean in here. Another reason why things maybe didn't move as quick or we didn't have as much output as we would have liked here, Gemini, it does seem like 10 of Wands. So this is like stress, exhaustion, too many burdens. Again, this is like kind of an overwhelming last few weeks, just lots happening, not even being able to process because all that's going on. So if you look at this person, they're carrying all of these wands, and it's overwhelming how many wands there are there. So luckily, this is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So if we're feeling this stressed, exhausted, in kind of this transition state, these are things that are wrapping up and coming to a close for you, Gemini. So there should be a nice fresh slate coming for you in October. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at our column for October. So just general what's coming for October. We have the card Repetition. I feel like you're going to have a pretty traditional, pretty conventional month. Things are going to go like as they should, as expected. I kind of like this though because I feel like you came off an eventful last few weeks, Gemini, so I like this just kind of same old feeling. So there's going to be some repetition for you. Some of you may not be as thrilled by this repetition, but I feel like for a lot of you this kind of same is going to be that consistency and that calm that you need. Let's take a look at our cards though. First up we have the Sun card. I love to see this. It really doesn't get much better than the Sun card here, Gemini. Material happiness, joyous outcome, success. Again, this kind of same, boring, uneventful really gives you an opportunity to chill out, find some happiness, find some joy, get some success. So I love that this is uneventful. Again, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of success because we have a nice flat road these next few weeks. The next card we have is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of leaving a legacy. This is very long term. Again, you get to get your ducks in a row, get your thoughts collected, get everything back on track, get back to paving this legacy for yourself here, Gemini. This could also be retirement for some of you. Congratulations for those of you are. Makes sense that it'd be a nice smooth sailing road going forward from there. This could also be like lump sum of money though, or inheritance. But again, I feel like this is getting our ducks in a row. And at the bottom we have the Magician. The Magician is giving you an opportunity to focus your energy, focus your creativity, turn your visions into reality. You get to take inspired action again. You get to do some planning. You get to get your ducks in a row, get these successes, get back to this point of happiness, to get back on track, get back to planning. So I love that, Gemini. Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Tower card. This is so interesting. You are going to find happiness in the most unexpected places these next few weeks, Gemini, and I'm here for it. That is such an odd message, but again, you're going to find joy and happiness in some strange and very unexpected places these next few weeks. I don't think you thought that such a plain, boring day could bring so much joy, but it's going to. The next card that we have is the Nine of Wands. This is also a wonderful time to reset boundaries, reset habits. Again, we're getting our ducks in a row with the Ten of Pentacles, making sure everything is aligned, so we can kind of reset boundaries, make sure you're sleeping well, eating well, good routines. These are all of our boundaries, the things that keep us going where we want to go. At the bottom here, we have the Nine of Swords. This can be a card of worry. This can be a card of stress. But I feel like this is kind of melting away. Make sure you get lots of rest. There is some kind of tired energy here. But again, with the Magician, this is a time to start taking actions towards the things we want. So instead of worrying about them and not being able to do anything about it, Gemini, as a worry comes up, you are going to have the time and the flexibility to address it in these next few weeks. So what a nice fresh, deep breath that is. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So a quick money message for you. Write down your why for the money you are manifesting. Each deposit should have a purpose. What is the purpose of your latest transaction? So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything you associate with money. So first up, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, something is not making you happy. There's something that we're not feeling good. I feel like you're feeling a little meh about career right now, Gemini. Like you don't love this situation. We're going to clarify that a little bit more, but that's the feel. I think things are going to get better this month though. Looking at our next card, we have the Justice card. The Justice card is always favorable for you. I think there's going to be some win situations for you this month. I also think you're going to find out some information, find out some truth, and it is going to be something you like. It's going to be something you want to hear. So you're not loving it right now, but this definitely, again, is in your favor. This is also good for contracts, legal matters, things of the court. So any of that kind of serious business you need to take care of, Gemini, that's in your favor. At the bottom, we have the King of Wands. This is like, I see you moving into a position of power. Again, you're feeling meh. You may be feeling unheard. You're just not loving the work vibe right now. But this puts you back in your power. This puts you back where you're comfortable. Back where you feel like you can make bold moves. Back where you're kind of on top here, Gemini. So this is an interesting shift. I like to see this shift in energy though, for sure. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have our Four of Swords. Take this time to rest, retreat, renew, recover. Again, we talked about this. This is a pretty boring time. You're not loving it, but it seems quiet. So take that time for some R&R. Again, I know it's not necessarily happy, but it seems relatively quiet, Gemini. So capitalize on the quiet time with some rest, renewal, recovery. The next card we have is the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change, things are moving. Again, something is in the works here. When situations are coming towards you, truth is coming out. We're shifting you back into this position of power. Again, if there's legal contracts, things of the court, those type of matters, this is a time to move on those things, Gemini. At the bottom here, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords, it's interesting. This sometimes is a negative card, but this is like something popping up is what I'm hearing. So this is this new thing that you are interested in popping up. This is the bold thing, the thing that puts you back in power, puts you in the leadership position, gets you marching forward again. So the Five of Swords is the pop-up, this thing that's coming for you. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. So a quick love message here, Gemini. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here. So first up, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands can sometimes be rivalry, obstacles, challenges. This is also a very physical card, though. This is like doing a sport. This is doing physical activity. I feel like you do need something new here. Again, you have a pretty boring, flat month coming, so take the time to do that hobby with that partner. Do the puzzles, watch the TV show together, join the beer drinking volleyball, whatever it may be. I feel like you need to take some physical action here as it relates to love. The next card that we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of making changes. This is voluntary change. These are things that you want to do. Again, things are flat, they're boring, they're plain. It went from being crazy to nice and calm. So now capitalize on this, make changes in this kind of flat, calm period. At the bottom here, we have the Chariot, the Vroom Vroom card. Again, we need to get out and do things. There needs to be action. Your body physically needs to be moving here, Gemini. So I don't know what activity you're going to pick up, but you should pick up something. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a communication card. So in addition to this activity, it's something that drives communication, it drives collaboration. Again, things have been boring and flat because they've been busy, but now use this boring and flat time to take action here. So look for something that's physical, look for something that is communicative. Yeah, something like that. Communication. Okay, the next card we have is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is new love. This is new spark. This is new energy. Again, with the Moon card, this is us making this change. So this is the new spark. This is like putting in the effort, the hard work, the studious. Again, now is the time to take this action. At the bottom here, we have the Hermit card. The Hermit card is about going within to our core, what feels good at our heart. So again, this is like something that we need in our relationship. This is something that feels good at the heart. We're really going to enjoy this time. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card here of motion. Pretty literal card here, Gemini. Things are moving. It's interesting though because things are in motion because everything else is so calm, which is beautiful. So the things that are in motion are the things that you care about. Well, let's see what messages we've got here. So the first card that we have is the Lovers card. Of course, this is a card of love, partnership, strength together, deep love. This could also be a decision that needs to be made. We definitely are going to start to take some action on our love just based on that conversation or that last column we had. So there needs to be some love motion. There needs to be some love activity. The next card that we have is the King of Cups. This is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. Again, this partnership needs to deepen, the communication needs to deepen. So this is really about sending love into motion, which is interesting, Gemini. I don't know that I would have came into this thinking this is the message you were going to get. At the bottom here, we have the King of Swords too. This is like planning. This is future. This is something you need for the future. This is also like professional though. So I feel like you could be engaging like again in that kickball or that hobby, but I feel like somebody else is facilitating. There's like another party involved that's moving this along, giving this motion. So I see this being an activity with the loved one. Definitely something that's deepening this relationship, but it's like something you're going and doing together. It's being facilitated, if that makes sense. Let's look at our clarifiers here. First up, we have our Two of Pentacles. I feel like you could have a couple options of what this activity is. So this is just the decision. The Lover's card is also a decision card. So you have a couple different options of things you could pick. I don't think you could really go wrong there, but that's just kind of the moral of that one. It's not just one thing here, Gemini. I'm not trying to get you to go do one specific activity. I'm just trying to get you to go do an activity with a loved one. The next card we have is the Temperance card. This is balance. This is harmony. There's so much joy here. Again, this is bringing balance, harmony, deepening the love. Only good things to come from this love motion. We also have our Knight of Pentacles. This is like the work hard, play hard. Both of you are working hard, so play hard as well. Also, where you put your energy into is where you benefit. So the grass is green where you water it. So water this relationship, enjoy this activity, send things into motion. Interesting message there, Gemini. Okay, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the Ace of Diamonds. This is the number 9 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the 8 of Hearts. This is number 36 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 3, we have the 7 of Spades. This is the number 25 card. Also a no. No's across the board there, Gemini. I hope you were looking for no's. In this call, or in our next one, we're going to take a look at our healing stones, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of October. Apparently you need fire opal and aquamarine. Usually you only get 1, but those are the 2 of the month. Fire opal felt the need to fall out there. And we also are going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, surround yourself with people who make you hungry for life, touch your heart, and nourish your soul. Thank you so much, Gemini, for tuning in, watching, listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you feel like making a donation. That, of course, is always greatly appreciated. But thank you so much, Gemini. Enjoy spooky season. Have a wonderful October.